Again, somebody who I don't recognize, but he's got a jersey. He's got a jersey, which means that he has to be good enough that somebody's sponsoring him. Yes. I mean, he's also good enough to beat Kamame, so those are two signs right now.
Absolutely. But yes, as you did mention, Saj is one of the PGR players, but particularly in Florida, he's top 8 in the Florida PGR. So in general, you know, Saj is one of those players that you don't want to really run into in bracket when you are from Florida because you already know what's coming your way. But this is going to be incredibly interesting. Eldin, please show me what you got.
I'm going Rosalina already. Rosalina being able to take out Mega Man. I can see that being an upset that can happen. And Eldin right now taking the early stage control and keeping this pressure going on Saj. Saj is looking for something to do right now, holding back, trying to get a sense of how Eldin reacts to approaches and finds himself a grab. Doesn't opt to go for Luma. Okay, finds Luma there with that neutral air.
Now, this is what I really like about Saj's play. He could be so aggressive, but so patient at the same time. But right now, we're just seeing all these aggressive options from Saj, taking advantage of the fact that Eldin didn't have Luma at the time.
Yo, Eldin's confidence after that up throw just...
I saw that.
Yeah, he just stood there. He wasn't even charging. He's like, you're going to air dodge, and I'm going to hit you for it. Let's get on with it. Wow, I love the amount of confidence I'm seeing from this player right out the bat.
Oh, my goodness. And catching him right there before that dab kick downwards.
Yeah, with the huge disjoint that Rose's up air provides her. Just right there, Luma taking a few of those bullets, but still overall okay. Eldin holding back near the ledge, not going for anything too risky at the moment. Doing a pretty solid job, honestly, of just repelling Saj's offense. Oh, witch timing the Luma doesn't actually find anything on Rosa, too far away to be witch timed herself.
I'm really liking Eldin's patience, too. He's not trying to overcommit. Every time he sees that something doesn't connect, he doesn't try to overcommit. He kind of steps back and says, all right, you can have stage control as of right now, but don't worry, as long as I'm not getting punished for throwing out all these moves in front of you.
Yeah, he's essentially trying to press as few buttons as possible and is showing the power of patience that commentators love going on and on about. Oh, wow, that back air just skipping the edge of Rose's ankles right there. Really nicely done. Saj taking the lead, but barely right now.
Oh, but that bat within, if I don't hear that bat within was not a good idea right there.
Oh my goodness.
That frame 1 bat within absolutely helped Saj make it back onto the stage and hold on to his second stock.
And right now, Eldin looking for some way to edge guard the Witch Twist. Finds himself an up smash. Great punish on the forward air on shield. Just immediate turnaround up smash. And right now, Saj, though, getting some things started right now, killing Luma in the process, getting him about 12 seconds of free space to do what he wants. Wow, and so far, absolutely uncontested by Eldin. Eldin only at already 70%.
All right, Saj was definitely expecting an attack right there, but that witch time coming out a little bit too early. Oh my goodness, and punishing another with witch time. I know Saj really wants to close out that stock, but sometimes you do have to play that patient game and don't want to overcommit a little bit too much, especially against a character like Rosalina and Luma that really benefits off of Rage.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Given the strength of Rage Luma down air will honestly kill off stage at this point.
Rage Luma, best character in the game.
Rage, it's Luma and Rosalina, what are you talking about? But Eldin finds his way, very carefully navigating this situation with no Luma on deck, actually managing to land a grab. That's a bold option for Rosa with no backup. And right now, Saj taking his time, finding his happy little punishes here and there, waiting for air dodges, and once again, finding another punish and getting that back air for it.
Yeah, that next set, definitely doing it. You also have to remember, Rosalina is pretty light herself. So yes, Luma may hit you like a truck, but Rosalina definitely is not one of those.
Okay, and it looks like we got ourselves a timeout called by Eldin. We have Captain Zach up here with Saj offering some words of advice as Eldin finds his own coach, which we can't see on the camera, so I am mildly curious who that might be, who this mystery coach is. But oh yeah.
Honestly, I love all these out-of-staters, you know, doing so much work. In my pool, we had #1 from South Carolina putting in some work.
Oh,
actually.
Arfang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was doing a fantastic job, and I actually think that Eldin is from South Carolina himself. I don't know in particular where he is, but these South Carolinas really showing that region, yeah, you haven't heard of us really, but we're here, and we're here to make a statement.
Yeah. I mean, especially I always just go back to MomoCon, like Arfang being a player, South Carolina being a region that I had not even on my mental map, and then seeing Arfang tear through MomoCon so well. What a great initial statement to make, and going to FD now as the counter pick for Eldin. I have to imagine Town and City was banned against Rosalina. I can't imagine even Bayonetta wants to deal with that early death potential of fighting Luma there. Right now, a ton of rolls coming out by Eldin. Just rolling everywhere on this map right now. I'm wondering what the adaptation node was to do that.
You know, not jumping on top of Bayonetta, that is one thing, but, Rosalina does have a pretty interesting roll. She does disappear, very similar to Palutena's roll as well. So, especially with Luma on the stage there, it'd be really tricky to catch her.
Waiting for the air dodge, but not in a position to actually punish it. That's the thing about air dodge baiting. It's not just about waiting for the air dodge. You also need to move with their fading so you can punish them when they come out of it. Oh, catches him with the Nair stage spike, but ends up saving him with the Witch Twist. It is still free damage.
And mixing up Eldin's recovery as well onto the stage to prevent himself from getting edge guarded further by Saj. Very smart option from Eldin.
Oh, that's the clean stuff. Just a straight down tilt to up air. And Saj is in a pretty comfortable situation so far this game, staying as far away from Luma as possible. And right there, the patience to just use an extra bit of air resources, find that afterburner kick back on stage. But the tough guy of Luma ends up pulling through, not getting picked up by that Luma up air.
Like that down tilt attempt from Saj. She was trying to get rid of Luma, but unfortunately that down tilt was not going to send Luma back enough to fall off the stage. Yeah,
Luma still holding on to this life, and right there interrupting Saj's combo attempt because Luma itself was not in hit stun, which lets it do one attack during a combo. Oh, and this is not it.
Not yet. Yes, there is rage there, but
okay.
That rage up smash.
Yeah, I mean, we saw two separate kill sparks, one for Rosa's head and one for Luma. That would look extremely painful. And right now, Saj content with his lead. Even though Eldin has no Luma out, right? He's still just tossing out bullets, just increasing the percent lead right now. Not overcommitting at all, even though he had all the reason to try to.
Yeah, Saj is actually trying to pressure Eldin into getting a little bit closer to him so that way he could convert into more percent. But Eldin being smart enough to understand, yes, I don't have Luma right now, and no, I am not going to approach you because of so.
Yeah, I'd rather take on these extra damage bits, but then get my Luma back as opposed to overcommitting now when I have no backup.
Yes. But Saj already getting rid of Luma. That's his first go-to. It absolutely should be everyone's first go-to in this matchup.
Saj staying sparse again, this time finding a Witch Twist, waiting a bit, but not finding any sort of air dodge punish on Eldin. Eldin making it back and Luma in tow. Right now, Saj getting caught by the rage Luma down air.
And what did we say? Luma, best character in the game with rage.
Luma is absolutely terrifying. The knockback growth, especially on down air, is bizarrely huge. Like I've lost stocks to that at 30%, and I just started yelling incoherently at my opponent. But we're seeing that right now.
That's sportsmanship, though.
not my finest moment, but who among us can say to have always had their finest sportsmanship when playing Smash 4 against Luma?
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, that knockback growth from Luma's down air is incredible because it's not a vertical knockback angle, absolutely not.
Oh, yeah.
When you get hit by Luma's down air, especially by the ledge of the stage, you're going to get hit towards the opposite end horizontally and possibly KO'd really early.
Yeah, it sends you at a nasty, just straight horizontal angle, so like even if you live, you now have to recover with absolutely like nothing but low. Right now, Town and City being Saj's own counterpick. This is an interesting and risky choice against Rosalina, being able to not only cover these platforms with her up airs, but lets her kill if she gets a confirm on one of these platforms with Luma very early. Right now, though, Saj getting his hits in, recognizing the drop combo and immediately backing off with the dive kick, though. Not looking to commit to anything more than what connects.
Okay, Saj looking for that ledge trump there, but Eldin immediately pressing an input to prevent that situation from happening. Fantastic DI there, though.
Right now, up airs after up airs after up airs, consistently making these call-outs on Eldin. And one thing I'm interested in seeing is maybe Eldin tossing out a down air, mixing it in as he's trying to land against Saj, given the huge amount of disjoint that Rosa down air has.
Absolutely. He was getting juggled for quite some time there, but as we saw last game, it doesn't really matter what percent you are as Rosalina and Luma.
Oh, yes. Comebacks happen at all times. This is Smash 4. It's the name of the game. And right there, up smash punish on the dash attack. Doesn't find anything off that landing trap, but this time gets an offstage situation on Saj. And right now, Saj just taking his time on those platforms, not looking to rush things. And even though he's in that scary situation of being in a platform above Rosalina, it is still an option that he has to move around the stage as opposed to being stuck on the same level like he was last game on FD.
Absolutely, and Bayonetta does have the tools to maneuver herself around Rosalina a lot faster and easier than Rosalina does whenever she's trying to catch up to Bayonetta.
Right, yeah, having a lot faster burst movement options. And once again, Luma down here not quite killing, though. The large side blast zones of Dreamland coming in clutch for Saj.
And this is such a bad position to be in, and unfortunately, Saj actually placed himself in that position by overcommitting and just randomly going off stage. Sometimes you want to have all that stage control, especially after you get that first stock.
Oh man, that jab pressure by Luma was so real, and Saj tried to roll in, but Eldin already had it covered with a landing there. Right now, Eldin, again, staying comfortably at that jump distance, actually now being caught and being brought off the top. No, not quite. Good smash DI on Eldin at the last moment there. And finally getting that up smash, closing out Saj's stock, and the crowd goes nuts, even though Saj is here from Florida. Huge amount of support for Eldin here.
Absolutely, we're getting all that support. I mean, I did mention South Carolina is here to show up.
That is true.
They're here to make a statement, and they're not going to go home otherwise.
Yeah, keeping up with the same volume that the home court has, giving Eldin the moral support he needs. And right now, Eldin is getting a little bit antsy, looking for some sort of opening, approaching Saj right now. Saj finding that hole in that dash grab attempt and gets Luma dead for it.
Oh, but Eldin has already used his jump, okay, but a little late on that down smash though, and Eldin is going to be able to find his footing back onto the stage.
Yeah, Saj not finding the punish for the roll get-up that he was hoping for. And here we go, down tilt to up air, not quite closing out the stock, but the next one very well might.
All this pressure that Saj is putting on Eldin on that top platform. Yes, Rosalina Luma is here. You know, that rage is very scary, but at the same time, Bayonetta is definitely a character I do not want to be above.
Oh, having the high ground in this game is actually terrible in almost every situation. And there we go, catching the shield drop with the back air and closing out that game. Saj making it out on winner's end of his pool. And still, though, what a show by Eldin. Actually beating Kamame, taking Saj to Game 3 last stock, potentially causing 2 upsets back-to-back. I'm looking forward to what Eldin's going to do for the rest of this bracket.
Me too. I mean, I'm looking at you.